So as I go into this video about moods right now, and we make some art based on moods, I just want to share with you all one thing that is making me happy today. Besides the weather, it's obviously a very beautiful day, but I'm out here with my dog Maggie, and she is a golden retriever that we rescued a few months ago, and we've just kind of been hanging out outside, and I've been filming these videos and she's been patiently waiting to go on a walk. And she's just something that I really appreciate today. She's someone that I really love, and I'm really glad to be outside with her. So thanks, Maggie. I just felt like she deserved a feature in our video. Okay, let's get into our regularly scheduled content. You want to go inside, pup? Okay. Hi, Camp Morty. So today we're going to be working on a craft that involves two very basic concepts. The first is the mood meter, which some of you may have used in schools or in camps before, and I will explain that before we get into the real craft. And then the other concept we're going to be working with today are emojis, which, if you are not familiar with emojis are generally used in text conversations or sometimes over email or sometimes on websites to describe emotions. So we're going to be using two emotion describing tools and making art out of them. Let's get into it. So for this activity, you are going to need some type of coloring utensils, either markers or pencils, and I'm going to be using black, red, blue, yellow, and green. You're also going to need 3 pieces of white paper and scissors and glue, and those should all be in your boxes. So before we get into the craft, I need to explain to you what a mood meter is. Mood meters are tools that are used in schools and camps to help talk about your emotions, but it's used differently in all sorts of different areas. So I want to talk to you about how I'm describing mood meters so that we're all on the same page about what they mean for the purposes of this video. So to get into it, I'm going to use a white piece of paper. I'm going to draw you a mood meter and walk you through what exactly it is. So let's get right into it. Okay, so first of all, for this activity, you're going to need 3 pieces of just regular white paper, any type of glue. I have Elmer's glue with me, but it can be any type, liquid or stick glue. Any type of coloring utensil. I have some colored pencils here and markers here. You could also use crayons. I guess if you have paint, you could use paint, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend paint. But anything that you just need the colors red, green, blue, black, and yellow. And then any other colors too. I guess instead of red, you could probably use pink or similar colors, but you need those general color schemes. So that's red, blue, green, or yellow. And I'm also going to be using black to do some general drawing. And you will also need a pair of scissors because we're going to be drawing some emojis and then cutting them out and gluing them onto a different page. So that's the supplies that you are going to need for this activity. So before we actually go into the craft, I want to explain to you what a mood meter is. So at the top of my sheet, I'm going to write mood meter, and you can make your mood meter along with me. So get a piece of white paper, and you can use any color marker. I'm using black because I think it's the easiest for you all to see, but you could use any color if you want. I'm going to use black marker, and I just took a white piece of paper. I wrote mood meter at the top. So a mood meter is a tool used to help talk about your emotions in a different way. Sometimes talking about emotions can be pretty hard, so this is a really simple way to do it. I've seen it done in schools, and I've seen it done in camps too. So all you're going to do is make a big cross through this page. And what you're doing is you're dividing it into 4 squares like this, and it looks like a grid. You might have done it in math class. And I'm putting arrows on all of the ends like this. So this is what you should have so far with mood meter at the top. Now, when we're looking at our mood meter, it is 4 different colors. So I'm going to color in this section so I can show you what colors they are. I'm going to use colored pencil for this part. So up here in this corner, this is the red section. So I'm going to color it in red for you all so you can see that this is the red section. Our red emotions have really high energy. So our energy is high energy, and I have so much energy. My energy is exploding out. But they're also really, really uncomfortable. So I have a lot of energy, but I'm also kind of uncomfortable. And you can write those words so you remember. So these are emotions like maybe angry. You don't have to write these in. We're going to do that soon with the emojis. I'm just writing it to help you all kind of understand what we're looking at. So you're angry, or maybe you're frustrated, or you're overwhelmed. Those are those emotions. So those are all of our red emotions. Now, when we think about our blue emotions, the blue emotions are down here. So I'm going to color this section in blue, and then I'll explain to you what a blue emotion is. Okay, so we have our blue emotions down here. Now, our blue emotions, when you think of the color blue, you kind of probably think of them naturally. Our blue emotions are like sad, maybe you're upset, maybe you're feeling a little hopeless or down. So those are our blue emotions, and these are emotions that are uncomfortable. They're still uncomfortable. And up here we had high energy. Down here we have low energy. So I'm sad, and I don't have any energy, and I'm uncomfortable, right? I'm not going to be sad with a lot of energy. I'm sad with low energy. So I'm uncomfortable, my energy's low, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling upset, I'm feeling down. Those are our blue emotions. Is this making sense? If this isn't making sense, you can always Google mood meters, and it's a pretty common thing that's talked about in some schools. You could probably find some resources on it. But I'm trying to make this make sense as much as I can for y'all. So now let's talk about our yellow emotions. Our yellow emotions are up here, next to the red ones. And these are our emotions that have a lot of energy, like how anger did, right? How our red ones did. They have a lot of energy, and they're super comfortable. So we're feeling really good, right? We have energy, and we're feeling comfortable. These are emotions like happy, maybe we're excited. So those are yellow emotions. This is like hot summer day where you're running around and playing soccer with all your friends. Those are yellow emotions. When our red emotions might be if you lost a game and you feel like it was unfair and you're feeling kind of angry and you're frustrated that you lost. Those are red emotions. Blue emotions are if you lost the game and you're feeling really sad, you feel like your team did good, and you're upset about it. Okay, we have one more square, and this is our green square. So I have my green pencil here, and I'm coloring this in. So our green emotions are our calm emotions. These are emotions that are still comfortable, right? We're comfortable, but our energy kind of low. This is when you're really just chilling. So I'm chill, I'm calm, maybe I'm focused, I'm feeling really well. But I'm not running around in a field like I am up here, right? Maybe I'm reading a good book, I'm hanging out at the lake at camp, and I'm just chilling. So this is what a basic mood meter would look like. If you haven't done it already, please draw the cross in the middle and color in all the corners. If it helps you to remember, you can write the energy up, energy down, uncomfortable, comfortable thing, or you could just leave it with the colors: red, yellow, blue, and green. So take a second and do that, and then check in with me in a second. So pause the video, make sure you are up to this, and I will show you what that should look like. Okay, so I'm going to quickly make the mood meter the way it should look for you all. Fun fact, sometimes my bearded dragon sleeps with his front leg, tucked under his whole body, and he just sleeps that way. He's looking at me like this because I just turned on the light, and he thought it was time to go to sleep. Second fun fact, my bearded dragon does not have a tail, and actually we call him Stumpy. But isn't that funny? He sleeps with his leg under his whole body. I don't know why. 3, Stumpy is actually inflating his neck right now, and it's black, and he's doing that to tell me that he is feeling annoyed. Now, Stumpy doesn't always have a black neck. It's actually usually the color of the rest of his scales, kind of tannish, but he's inflating it to tell me that he's annoyed that I turned on the light. That's just one of the ways that bearded dragons express their emotions. They obviously don't have mood meters. They use their necks. So, sorry Stumpy, I'm gonna leave in just a minute. I'm just trying to film a video, and then you can go back to sleep. Okay, so now that our mood meters look like this, and you either do not have words, or like our original one, you put in all these words. That's your choice. Now that it looks like this, we're going to draw some emojis that we think about when we see these colors or think about these emotions. So remember, the emotions we're thinking about are excited or happy, or maybe we're feeling chill or calm. So when we can consider our emojis, an excited emoji is the one with a really big smiley face, right? Or maybe an overwhelmed emoji is like a volcano coming out of its head and it's exploding. And a sad emoji might be a frowny face. So I have drawn some emojis here. I'm going to show you. Obviously, I'm not using all of them, but I'm going to use a few of these, and these can kind of be placed into my mood meter in their right location. So let me show you what that looks like in a second. Once you have drawn your emojis, so you have a sheet that looks something like this, with emojis that are representative of how you're actually feeling in a regular day, you're going to take your scissors, you're going to cut them all out, and then I'll see you in a second. So, get drawing, and then get cutting out all these emojis, and then we'll meet back together for the next part of this craft. Okay, so I finished cutting out all of my emojis, and you'll see I cut out the words with them too, so I would remember what all the emojis meant. And now, the only last step that I have is I have to sort them into the right spaces. Some of them are already the right colors. I've colored them so that I'd remember, but others aren't. So I have to sort them into the right squares, and then I'm just going to glue them down, and my mood meter emojis will be done. So, remember, red are the high energy emotions that do not feel so good. They're uncomfortable. So these are my red emojis. I've already colored them all in red. So I'm looking at my angry, furious, and overwhelmed emojis. The overwhelmed one is actually a volcano spewing out all of my stress. Then when I look down at my blue square, I need to find my blue emojis. Remember, sad is a blue emoji, and hopeless is a blue emoji too. And I think I have one more. Worried is also a blue emoji because it's not a very comfortable feeling, and my energy is pretty low when I'm worried. It's not like when I'm overwhelmed and I'm like full of energy. Here, low energy, feeling worried, feeling sad, feeling hopeless. So while you're placing your own emojis, you can look at these to get an idea of where they go. And that should help you all out. So now for my yellow emojis, I'm looking at, well, calm isn't really a yellow emoji, right? That's pretty chill. But an excited is definitely a yellow emoji, and happy is also a yellow emoji. And then I'm left with just these final two, calm and peaceful, are green emojis. They're green feelings. So I'm just going to glue these all down and then show you what that looks like. At this point, you should have all of your emojis too, and they should all be cut out. And you're looking at your 4 squares, and you're gluing them down to fit in the locations that you think match. And you can definitely look at mine as an example for where these types of feelings go. Okay, give me just a second to glue and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so here's my final mood meter. It's all glued down. Remember when you're using glue to make sure you're only using a little bit because glue can get pretty messy. So I only used a little bit of glue and now I'm letting it all dry. But this is it. So just to give you a quick tour, in my red section here, I have an overwhelmed, furious, and angry emoji. Here in my blue section, I have a sad, worried, and hopeless emoji, and the hopeless one is crying because when my energy gets low and I'm not feeling good, sometimes I just need a really good cry. Up here, I have an excited and happy emoji in the yellow section, and the green section has a calm and peaceful emoji. Now, something that's important to think about is when you're saying, okay, today I am feeling like maybe I'm the worried emoji today, so I am blue and I'm feeling worried. Your next step is, well, how do you want to feel? And if you're okay with feeling worried, then that's fine. You should sit in that feeling for a little while. But eventually you have to feel something else, right? So maybe I'm worried about something, but I know I want to feel calm. I want to go to the green section. So I have to figure out what it is that I'm worried about, and then figure out how to go from feeling worried to feeling calm. Maybe I have to talk to someone about my worries, or I have to accomplish something. Maybe I have to do my homework, and then after I do my homework I won't be worried about my homework anymore, and then I can feel calm. So when you're thinking about this mood meter, you want to think about where you are and how you get to somewhere that might feel a little better, because your moods do change throughout the day, and that's really normal, and they're not always good moods, and it's important to recognize what your mood is and where you're at and where you want to be. So this is my final mood meter. You'll see I have some extra ones over here that I decided not to use, but I could always add them on later. And I'm really excited to hopefully see some of yours. Thank you all for joining me on this video. I hope you all took some time to reflect on how you're feeling and on how your moods have been lately. And I hope that this is a helpful tool moving forward for you to think about your emotions, and also that it's just a fun thing to do to place emojis on this grid. I definitely had a lot of fun drawing the emojis and cutting them out and figuring out where to put them. I hope you all did too. Thank you all for joining me on this video. I hope you took a second to reflect on your mood, and also you took a second to draw some really cool emojis and fit them into this grid. That was my favorite part of the activity. Before I go, and before I let you all go about the rest of your day, I do want to show you one final clip of my dog Maggie. So here she is. Please enjoy. Maggie, you want to go inside? Okay, come on, let's go inside. Come on, let's go. Can you say bye to all of our friends at home? Can you say bye? Thank you. That was close enough. Bye, everyone. So sometimes emotions and moods are kind of hard to talk about, right? Like, some days it's really easy to say, I'm feeling really happy today, and other days you might just forget. Sometimes I just forget to even think about the fact that I'm happy, or the fact that I'm feeling stressed out, or the fact that I'm sad. Sometimes I just don't think those actual words, and it helps me to recognize when I'm feeling those things, because then if I'm feeling an emotion that I think is kind of negative, like if I'm feeling angry, it helps me to say, oh, this is what being angry feels like. Because then the next time I'm feeling angry, maybe I can feel that and catch it before I get really angry, and I can kind of bring myself down, and I can say, okay, I am angry. Do I want to feel angry right now? The answer for me is usually no. How do I want to feel instead? And how I want to feel instead is probably calm or happy or excited. Or sometimes I get really stressed out, and for me, being stressed out is a red emotion because my brain is just boom, it's just somewhere else. It's just overwhelmed, and it's not a good feeling. And it's a lot of energy, but it's really, really uncomfortable energy. So when I'm feeling stressed out, it's helpful for me to stop and think, wow, I am stressed out, and I don't want to feel this way. Maybe I'm stressed about something that is actually really, really exciting, and I'm just looking at it the wrong way. And if I can recognize that I'm stressed out and figure out why I'm stressed out, maybe then I can make that change to being happy. And really, that's what mood meters are about. It's about thinking about where our emotions are at and where we want them to be.